It's budget day in Alberta, and officials say they are looking at $1.1 billion surplus. But there's also going to be $21 billion worth of debt by the end of 2017, as the province needs to borrow money to pay for infrastructure, such as roads, schools, and hospitals. Now, Albertans aren't looking at new taxes or tax hikes, and there won't be a PST or health premiums, but there will be more money for our RCMP officers, 50 new schools, and 2,000 new spaces for post-secondary education. Now, the health budget is going to see an increase of 3.6%, while education will see an increase of 3.2% to make room for more students. Now, most of the money will be used for schools, which have already been announced. In anticipation of International Women's Day, the Lloydminster Interval Home hosted a luncheon today. And as Cassandra Jodwin reports, the theme of today's luncheon was to end violence against women and recognize a special member of the community.
For the fourth year in a row, women in the border city gathered to bring awareness to domestic violence. 190 women attended the event in support of this year's theme.
The theme this year is Communities in Action, Ending Violence Against Women and Girls. So this year's theme is definitely close to heart for us, and they do have a different theme every year, but this year is definitely close to the Lloydminster Interval Home's heart.
Some groups, like the Red Hats, have been attending the event for a few years in support of what it represents.
I just think it's a great eye-opener to some people that haven't been out to a lot of these things. And they realize, how much people do.
While the luncheon allows those in the community to socialize and talk about the issues of violence, it's also an opportunity to recognize one woman in the community with the Woman of Vision Award. This year, it's Denise Youssef.
I used to not know what I was good at when I was young, but now I know that what I'm good at is helping people.
She really gets domestic violence, and she really understands why a woman would be returning for help more often than what one might think.
Stopping the cycle of violence isn't easy, but it's events like the Women's Day Luncheon and people like Denise Youssef that really bring the issue to the forefront. Cassandra Jodwin, Newcap News.
Well, a local pooch has been named top dog by the Canadian Kennel Club after receiving an award for the most obedient Sheltie in the country. Barb Pediasic caught up with his owner this afternoon and has more.
Calm, poised, and obedient. Even with a flurry of activity going on at the exhibition grounds, DOG doesn't seem to be fazed. The 6.5-year-old Sheltie has been training and competing with the Lloydminster Kennel Club since he was just 2 years old. And according to owner Connie Anderson, it's literally been a long road to where he is today.
Red Deer, Camrose, Edmonton, Battleford, Saskatoon, Yorkton, Regina. So it was a lot of miles put on the vehicle last year.
And all the traveling paid off, according to Anderson. After last year's worth of competitions, they got the surprise of a lifetime.
Last year we finished the year #1 Sheltie in all of Canada out of about 50 Shelties. And the big one was we tied for #6 all breed out of more than 250 dogs.
It's very, very, very big deal. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of time and effort that puts in, so we're very, very proud of Connie and DOG.
And when DOG isn't busy training, he volunteers his time around the community. Every month, members of the local kennel club bring their dogs out to the Dr. Cook, Points West, and Pioneer Lodge as they take part in pet therapy.
It's a real spirit lifter for the residents of the facilities. And the dogs like it too. I'm pretty proud of him. He's a good little boy.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
A club at Lakeland College is helping agriculture students learn and see the world at the same time. Kyle Gulliver has more on the Ag Tour Club in this week's Ag Report.
The forecast high in Vermilion on Thursday was a modest -15. But it's gotta feel colder for Tracy Quinton, who was basking in tropical sun just 2 weeks ago. For the last 8 years, the ag business teacher has helped the Ag Tour Club at Lakeland College organize its annual trip, which was originally only to the United States.
So we did California, St. Louis, Kentucky, some of those, and then these students decided they wanted to step outside of the United States, and generally you'll see that most of the time they're picking warmer destinations in February, which I'm completely fine with, yeah.
This year's adventure was in Belize. The idea of the trip is to introduce agricultural concepts from different parts of the world.
This year we toured a couple of farms that grew rice and corn and sugar cane, and we also went to like a rice mill and saw how they process the rice and what they do with it.
Students also got a chance to check out the agriculture programs offered at the University of Belize.
Lakeland College is currently in a project with the University of Belize on curriculum development for agriculture, so our students got to meet with their students.
I love it. I love to learn the new practices and just compare our operations compared to someone else's.
While the trip is mainly for educational purposes, it is still a vacation for the students. First-year ag business student Jessica Rietmeyer says there is plenty of time set aside for sightseeing.
We did a lot of touring for Mayan ruins, that kind of thing.
You see that country for what it's worth, and you don't just sit in a resort and do nothing.
You get to travel, you get to learn a lot, you get to hang out with your classmates and other people that go to the school, so it's a really good opportunity.
Kyle Gallagher, Newcap News.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.
Good night. Good night.